on-demand news interviews.
Oh, we're playing with the cats here. So. We're back on TSPN. We have John Vail, our Animal Control Director.
Good morning.
At least for a little bit longer. And Lisa Peterson. Hello.
Yes, hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
All right, John, let me get that. You got your hands full there. So we have a program we talked about at the Board of Supervisors on Tuesday of this week. And is that what you're here to talk about today?
Well, yeah, I was busy and wasn't able to attend, but you must have approved $9 for 9 lives for 9 days program.
I was surprised. Some of the board members that typically, I don't know, typically they're hesitant. They moved very quickly on this item. So, I mean, before I could even move. So I thought that was kind of refreshing.
That's good.
Great, that's great. Yeah.
I like the name, the 999. It's, let's see, $9 for 9 kittens for 9 days.
For 9 lives for 9 days.
9 lives. I almost got it right.
Yeah, it's one kitten per household during that period of time. But trying to get people to come to the shelter, we've got a good number of kittens, and at this time of year, the numbers start. Now, I don't recall what the dates are for, but it's for 9 days, and I think it ends July 12th at our adoption event. That
was the question we brought up yesterday, because the date started on July 4th, and I don't think July 4th is a day you want to start the program on, because you lose a day then.
Well, yeah, because we're not open on July 4th.
That's right. So we were talking to Susan Manning about possibly July 5th through the 14th then, something like that, but we're not even sure. We left that open-ended because you have days you're off in there too. So if you want to have 9 working days, that's up to you and Susan Manning and the group, and decide what you want to do.
Good. So we appreciate that.
We left it very flexible. But where did this program come from?
I don't know where it originated. It's something that they saw a promotion out of
Utah.
Yeah, what's the name of it? Best Friends Sanctuary in Utah. And most of these kinds of promotions, animal groups are very willing to share or let somebody else plagiarize. So I hope they don't take offense, but
I don't think they will.
We're not their competition.
Right. And Lisa, have you ever heard of a program like this before?
No, I haven't. Susan Manning brought some great ideas back from Best Friends Sanctuary. She went to a seminar there, and we're freely plagiarizing their stuff. But it's all about getting homes for animals, so I think we're all in the same boat in what we're trying to do.
Right.
So, yeah.
So basically, give us the meat of the program. I don't want to say meat too loud around kittens, but...
Well, it's just to be able to move more kittens. This time of year, we always get a lot of kittens. Fortunately, the community has been very active in spaying and neutering, so the numbers are declining, but they're best adopted when they're at this age. Like Dave here and Buster here are about between 8 and 10 weeks old, and this is the time that socializing and getting them into a home is the best. And so we would like the public to think about coming to the shelter and finding kittens. Kitten prices are normally $50, but you'll remember a number of years ago the board approved that when we have over a threshold of 40 cats in the shelter, that we reduce that to try to help them move. So we like to get the public in, correct, $20. So we like to get the public in to see the kittens. It costs us time, effort, money every day that we have to feed and care for them, that they're not being adopted. And so these very adoptable kitties, we want them to come and get.
As well as if we adopt the kittens and get them out of the shelter, that lowers the euthanasia rate. Now, the goal is 0 euthanasia rate, really. So
that is the goal, and we realize that there are going to be some animals that aren't suitable to go out because of health reasons or aggression reasons, but that's a very, very small number. So far this year, the percentage of animals that have been released alive from the shelter is right around 90%.
Wow, that's huge.
And that's a great difference from 9 years ago when I started. And I can't take credit, maybe I can take a small amount of the credit for it, but it's the community, it's the animal activists, it's APAL removing animals from the shelter. It's a big group effort.
It's
Shelter
people that-
can't do it alone, and the community can't do it without the shelter.
People that care about animals. So.
That's right.
And the barn cat program. The barn cat program where some feral cats that are great to be outdoor animals to
Right.
keep your rodent population down. That's been a real big
Yep.
thing too.
Some of those cats that may not like being indoors, they sure like being outdoors and catching mice and everything else.
Yeah, and those were potentially cats that might have been put down because of their behavioral issues.
Right.
Yeah.
The price on these has gone from 50 to 20 for a 9-day period to $9 now. That's a pretty good deal.
That is a very good deal. They're already spayed or neutered, they have their age-appropriate vaccines, and they have a microchip. You're not going to get any one of those things anywhere for $9.
Yeah. So one per family. That's per household. That needs to be stressed. But
Yes.
lots of people out there could use a friendly, nice little kitten to grow up and be part of their family.
Yeah.
Now, Susan was also talking about, I mean, we know that the feed barn, people feel comfortable going there. They adopt out a huge amount of kittens, but the goal is to get people to the shelter and try and empty the spaces in the shelter. This is one place where you want to have empty spaces. So.
Yeah.
That's correct. That's correct, yeah. Our inventory being low is good.
That's right. Well, it's a great program, and this will probably happen around the 5th of July, but they can contact the animal shelter at, what number?
223-6378.
And what are the hours or days that the animal shelter is open?
Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Okay. And most people get used to those hours, I guess, right? You still get a lot
Well,
of...
when people have visited us once or twice, they understand them, yeah. And, during the lunch hour, we actually close the gates. Earlier in the day, we have volunteers walking animals, so if the public shows up when the gates open, volunteers walking the animals, if possible, we try to assist them with their needs, but it delays us in getting the shelter clean and ready and safe for the public to come in at 10 o'clock. That's the reason for the later opening. We're there working by 8 o'clock every day, but we need to get the things clean and dry and safe for the public.
Yeah, and you're making it safe for the public, but you're also making it safe for the animals that are in the shelter, the dogs and the cats.
That's
or
right.
Anything else in there, because you do have other things besides dogs and cats once in a while.
Right now, we have a rabbit. That's the only unusual thing we have, but we've had horses, chinchillas, guinea pigs. Peacocks, yeah, goats and sheep. So, yeah, we can have any kind of domestic animal that's lawful to own.
You've had a pot-bellied pig, but I took one of those, so...
Thank you very much. Yeah, we do get those occasionally as well.
And unfortunately, they passed on now of natural causes, but I had a male and a female.
Wow.
I got the female from the shelter, and I think the male thought he was going to be the boss. He found out very quickly that she was the boss. So it was an experience for him, but you know what? They got along, and now they're... Pot-bellied pigs don't really live that long, I guess, but I don't know.
I've never had one. I don't have that desire.
Okay.
They are interesting animals.
They are, and they're very sociable. The male we had, the female wasn't very sociable because she did come from the shelter, and she was hard to socialize, but the male was very sociable. Okay.
Well, and as with what I mentioned with the kittens, is young age is the time to socialize. And the same is true, I'm sure, with the pot-bellied pigs. If
Okay.
they're not socialized to humans when they're young, they probably don't become as social.
Okay, the 999 program, adoption for cats, $9, start about July 5th. Call the animal shelter at...
223-6378.
Okay, John, well, thank you very much for being here. Lisa, thank you for
Thank
being here.
you. Thanks
All right,
so much.
We have to go to a break. We'll be right back with TSPN.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSP.